Well, it's that time again. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday.
And last year, I did a very special My Thoughts on Aardman's Dark Side DVD, but I used clips and images, and I wrote a script. People seemed to really like that video, and I enjoyed making it, to be quite frank. So for this year, I decided to do it again, but on a different Aardman DVD. This time, Aardman Classics. So let's just get right into it. I remember the VHS of this somewhat as a kid. Yes, I watched this when I was very young. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. However, I'm not going to be looking at the VHS, instead the DVD. So let's go over and have a look at it. As you can see, I have the 2006 DVD, and this is all I could afford, so I couldn't get the 2000 DVD. Besides, what's the difference? Anyways, if you're wondering why it's a 12, I'll let you figure that one out. I think someone must have been hungry for some Aardman Classics. I mean, it was like that when I bought the DVD, so, yeah, that's, Anyways, let's just pop the DVD in and just get on with it. Yeah, I can imagine this was used up a lot, so that's probably why it's taken a long time to load. Sorry. Here we go. So we start at the really nice DVD menu, which I did a DVD menu walkthrough for. So just go and watch that video. The link to that one will be in the description below. So let's go to the family album to check out what this DVD has to offer. Now, to make things easier, there are a number of shorts on here which are part of some series. So to save time and editing, I'll do those last and rather quickly. You'll know when we get there. Anyways, the first few shorts are ones that I've already talked about in my top 5 favourite non-Wallace and Gromit Aardman shorts vid, but I'll quickly say my thoughts on them just for the sake of it. Creature Comforts from Nick Park is an all-time classic, which is clever, hilarious, much more polished and expressive in its animation compared to Park's previous short, A Grand Day Out. Its topics are interesting, and the interviewees do fit the animals they portray rather well. Nothing to criticise here. Nothing can beat Creature Comforts, on par with the ITV series as being entertaining and interesting.
Get a nice
Do you like lions as well then? Do you like steaks and chips with lions with it?
Not with lions, Andrew. No, I don't like lion steak. I prefer the ordinary steak.
Next is Pib and Pog by Peter Peak, which is basically taking any other children's show formula by being innocent and simple to rather over the top and chaotic. The animation is super expressive, it's colourful, it's creative, it's also really funny and rather amusing, and that ending is just, it's a touch of class. Definitely an Aardman classic alongside the web series and ads. Can't get enough of these really devilishly delightful characters.
Why, it's concentrated sulfuric acid.
He's got no face.
Okay, so those are the shorts that I've spoken about before, and there is another short that I need to get to, but I'll get to that in good time. Anyways, let's continue. Minotaur and Little Nurkin, which was a 1999 short from Nick Mackey made with CGI and was produced in Soft Image 3D and Photoshop 5. The short revolves around some duck whose bill disappears by magic at some points of his life, goes to visit a dancing humanized Minotaur for dinner and ends up eating a human hand for dinner, and, well, as it says on the episode title, it's bait to, you know what happens. Also, there is no information on if there are other episodes, and judging by the other responses, I assume it didn't test well with audiences, and I can kind of see why. This is by no means a bad short. The animation is surprisingly well done from 1999, and while it may look rather inconsistent, and it genuinely looks kind of unappealing compared to other Aardman productions, but it looks unique enough from an early CG short. It has nice textures and good enough rendering to it, and I like that the bait is a human hand. But other than that, it kind of does its job as a short, and it's dark enough to freak people out from their childhood. I don't remember it too well, to be honest, when I was young. Trust me, there are way creepier shorts on here, so this one is rather tame by comparison. So yeah, not a strong short, but pretty okay and does the job fine, with a interesting enough idea and has enough to, I guess, grab your attention. Let's move on. What? Pig is a 1996 Oscar-nominated short from co-founder of Aardman, Peter Lord. Not his only contribution to the DVD, by the way. But let's talk about What? Pig. It's the story of two brothers separated at a young age, where one became king and the other a farmer named What? They both have to come together when there is a war upon them. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with a pig? Maybe it's what brings them together. And maybe there is a reason why one prefers to be with what they are comfortable with. Yeah, it's basically Prince and the Pauper, but in stop motion and with a different kind of story as far as I know. And this is a good short. Not great by Aardman standards, but it's a rather nice and enjoyable one that anyone can understand and get something out of it. It uses the Shaun the Sheep technique where all you can hear is mainly grunts and non-verbal language, which works and tells its story simple enough. It's quite amusingly funny and quirky, the animation is pretty solid, it's done in Lord's signature style and it works well with good design and smooth movements. However, this one didn't leave a huge impact on me, since it doesn't do anything big or exciting. The pig is barely in it, and the epic battles are rather uneventful. Heck, the short goes by rather quickly, but it could have used more structure and material to all of it, which is what many shorts have. Other than that, it's a nice, quirky short that does the job well, but probably will forget about it soon enough. What's next?
Me?
Stage Fright is from Steve Box, who is also the voice of Vince from Rex the Runt.
Megaphone, psychic, crick, electricity, earth, serum, the horror.
And the co-director of Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Stage Fright is one of those shorts from Aardman where I don't plan to watch ever again. Not because it's bad, but because it's way too depressing, but not in a good way. It's a bit melodramatic and quite creepy for me to view again, but the voice acting and the animation does work well and it makes it unique enough, I suppose. I can see why people love this as a classic, and I can understand, but this creeped me out as a kid and still does now. Next, please.
Yo, bugger!
Humdrum.
Is funny as hell. It's an Oscar-nominated short from Peter Peak once again, and it's great. I love the animation style, I like the weird, random, subtle humour. The voice actors just make the whole short humorous and more amusing. It's a creative and clever short with an animation technique that is impressive and cool. Check it out. What's next?
Shorty? Shorty?
Yeah, let's talk about this. Pop! Is a 1996 short from Sam Fell, who worked on Rex the Runt and is the co-director of Flushed Away. And let me tell you, this short, out of all of them on here, legit terrified me the most, especially when I was young. I used to cover my eyes with my hands whenever that face popped out. I mean, just look at it. That's all you need to know if you would like some nightmares for the rest of your days. Okay, it's not a bad short, it's actually pretty meh at best, but the whole short just feels like a weird fever dream that you thought was some sort of weird memory. But no, it does exist. The way the bloke is designed is so weird and freaky, with his creepy eyes and big mouth. Not that big mouth. Even the fish isn't as creepy as him. Hell, I generally don't even know the plot of it. I guess he wants a can of pop to drink and then this happens. Yeah, I get it that it's not supposed to make sense, but yeah, that's all I could add on to that. What else can I say other than that it's shitting my pants terrifying? However, the animation is very well done and it's creative and colourful and stylish, I guess. But other than that, it's pretty freaky and definitely scared me as a kid more than anything else on here. Ugh, let's move on from that disgusted face. Ugh. Next short is a very interesting one from 1997 that I kind of like for the most part, which is this rather differently unique 3D animated short from Mark Briley and co-founder of Aardman, David Sproxton. The story is skeletons and ghosts play cricket at night. Yep, that's it. And it's fun. I like the idea of it. It's not like it's clever or anything. It's just simple and creative. The CG animation is actually nicely done. Doesn't feel dated at all, and I like it very much. Not bad CG for once. Well, back in the day anyways. But nothing special about it. Other than being quite simple and one of the least appealing looking shorts from Aardman, it's a charming, fun short nonetheless. What's coming up next?
Adam!
So this is once again another short by Peter Lord from 1992. So basically, simply take Eve out of the story and you've got
Adam!
instead of Earth, it's on some planet with a giant hand that animates. I like this one a bit more than What Pig. It's better animated, well, maybe a little too much. But the expressions are there, the design is really smooth and very pretty with the colours. Its slapstick comedy is on point and super creative. I like the ending as well, pretty funny. Another nicely made short by Lord. Next! So we have Dente from 1998, the next CG animated short from Mark Briley. This one is about a grumpy waiter having to serve a customer vegetables at a meat restaurant. This one I don't really get. I get that it's mainly a meat restaurant, but why include a vegetarian option if it's mainly a restaurant that serves meat? I get there is maybe commentary on this, but I can't put my finger on it at all. But the ending is pretty clever and cute, so I'll say that. But it might be the case of the more I watch, the more I appreciate it. The animation is once again not bad. It has an okay style, and even though some parts are dated, the guy's head looks like Mr. Potato Head with early Pixar graphics. It's a fine looking CG short, so That is better, but this is just okay, even if you are vegetarian. What's next?
Vegetarian?
Loves Me, Loves Me Not is from 1993, directed by Jeff Newitt, who co-directed the 2012 Aardman film Pirates, in an adventure with scientists. It's about a young man who is in love with an image in a picture frame. To find out if the love he feels is returned, he picks a flower and starts picking the petals off it. This one is wild. The animation is super expressive and I kinda like the creepy if not grey atmosphere to it. It's quite dreaded in the tone, it gets dark in many places, it's zany, the music is rather interesting with different unique sounds and instruments and I really like it. Definitely a great short with many elements that you can appreciate and enjoy. Loves it or not? What is next? Babylon, which is a short from the founders of Aardman, Lord and Sproxton, which also features Nick Park as an animator on this short. And, well... God, why is that just unsettling to me other than the blood coming out of the guy's chest? Just... what was that? Okay, this short is not very good. Maybe it's because I don't have an understanding of what's going on. There's talks of guns, war, peace, and profit. Maybe I am wrong? I don't know. After that horrific blood splatter, I didn't bother to watch this again. Its animation is way too creepy, and I just got lost with what was going on. One of the few Aardman shorts that I rarely go back to watch. Just way too scary and confusing for my liking, despite the okay animation work, I suppose. Next! Not Without My Handbag is another creatively dark short from Boris Kosmel. It's about a little girl who sees her aunt being dragged into hell for defaulting on a washing machine payment. The aunt, while officially dead, feels that she has forgotten something and returns to find out what it is. This short is wonderfully dark and I super enjoy it. It's really funny, the animation is surprisingly really stylistic and cool. I love the look of the skeleton aunt and the devil too. It definitely has that innocent look with a dark twist. The whole look of the short reminds me of something you'd see from an advert, and I love it. The whole short reminds me of Rex the Runt a little bit in terms of its comedy. Not much else to add, but it's enjoyably dark and funny in all the right places. Great little short overall. Well, we got through the individual shorts, and at this point, you think it's over, right? Nope, we've got a few series of shorts to get through quickly. Let's start with lip sync, where a bunch of audio is lip synced with stop motion animation. So I already talked about creature comforts before, so I'll quickly talk about going equipped, which is interesting since the interviewee was in prison throughout the duration of the interview, which is a nice change and has nice lighting with expressive animation, but other than that it's just fairly forgettable, even if it tried something different. War Story is charming and heartfelt. The World War II veteran Bill Perry seems genuinely nice, and I love the animation in here. It's a really lovely and sweet short that can give anyone a smile and something to learn and admire. Next is Creepily Boring. Interesting animation, but it's a bit off-putting and didn't click with me. Plus it's slow and lifeless, although the ending was funny, I guess, but yeah. Didn't do much for me. One of the weaker Aardman shorts. Ident is freaking awesome. Creative, dark, weird, abstract. It's super deep and in many ways relatable. Also the pub scene is hilarious. It's definitely underrated and underappreciated. Good to know where Rex the Runt originated from. Great short. Next is the Creature Comfort adverts from 1990 related to
heat, cook, dishwash, shower, electric.
Yeah, you get the idea. Pretty much like the short and the series. It's nicely animated with good designs with each animal. It's charming, funny, likeable and easy to view. Nothing like Creature Comforts to make you smile with joy and, well, maybe buy the products, perhaps. Lastly, we come down to one of the worst things to come out of Aardman. Well, maybe not worst, but very boring, and that is the conversation pieces. Aardman takes existing audio and animates over it basically, which is a nice way of learning to lip sync if someone wishes to take inspiration or guidance. Too bad it's related to these boring, nothing and dull shorts. Like, I can't recall a single one of them that was the least bit interesting or memorable. They are all so meandering and just makes me fall asleep. When I first watched Aardman Classics via YouTube, where someone uploaded the VHS of it, and I do mean all of it, I skipped a lot of these since they were no value or quality to me and are really boring. If anyone likes them then I can understand, but I cannot get into them at all. Just a boring waste of time. Oh, and animated conversations is just the same, so not much of a difference really. So there you have it, Aardman's Classics. That was yeah, really interesting. I much prefer Dark Side as opposed to Classics, but there are a lot of great and interesting stuff in there that I enjoyed and admired, while others didn't appeal to me, and I either found them creepy or boring. But with that said, I do recommend it either way, whether you are an animation fan or Aardman fan. You could buy either version of it, not sure what the difference between the 2000 and the 2006 DVD is, besides the different age-rated logo designs. But do buy it when you can. It's on eBay, Amazon, and the one I got it from was from World of Books, which is like an online charity shop where you could buy stuff second-hand with a slightly cheaper price. So not a perfect DVD, but one definitely worth keeping, if you can skip through the boring stuff and watch the great ones individually. So overall, a great DVD with many shorts that are inspiring and enjoyable, with a few new ones that will get you thinking and admiring. So yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my birthday video. It was a lot of fun to write and edit. I'll definitely do more of these for a very special occasion. If I missed any useful or interesting information about anything here, put it down below for everyone to read and share. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, for all your creature comforts, YouTube Electric.